everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Professionally Childish. I have with me Miss Marchele. On screen she's Marchele Nicole, but we call her Marchele. Or what was your cup name back in the day?
Oh God, it was. Oh, I forgot my cup name. Don't let nobody know I forgot my cup name,
Look, you on live now?
girl.
People don't know. Look, Trey gonna know. You don't know your cup name. But I have Marshall with me. She is a wonderful look. I can't even say up and coming now because look, you famous now, girl. We gonna speak
Girl,
that. She is the makeup artist to the stars. Um,
girl.
Wonderful. Look, you see her face is beat right now. It's 9 o'clock at night and we are recording and she's still beat to the gods. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Marshall.
Well, oh, it's so much. I guess you could call me a 40-year-old. Well, I say a fine 40-year-old
Look fine in 40s.
hope
We got to
dealer.
represent for the 40s.
Yes, hope dealer slash pusher of hope. I got a few jobs. Uh, you got to have multiple jobs these days to,
Yes, ma'am.
live the life that you want to live. But the best job is a makeup artist, and that's my passion. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a dog mom. And I'm a boo to that fine man y'all see on social.
Look, cause he just popped out the blue girl.
Did
Look,
he
I'm gonna
just
tell
pop
you
out?
like I told Jessica. I was like, baby, I don't know what prayer y'all pray, but I need y'all to pray it over me.
Yes.
Sprinkle it, girl. That's what
Yes. Come
2024 I'm gonna
on.
do right.
Yes, that's gonna pass on down. If he did it for me, he gonna do it for you. So
Right. I mean, he can
hey.
do it for me like, abundantly, girl.
Yes, he will, and he will exceed that expectation. So
But I'm here
hold on
for
to
it.
that.
I'm here for it.
Yes.
So, look, we kind of gave it away already, because I said cup. But I met Marshall years ago. It was like 2007, 2008,
Yeah.
at Columbus State University.
Mhm.
And this was, and it's crazy because I met you in passing. I met you.
Yeah.
You were with Hermes, and
Yeah.
he was introducing us to the world, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet, and I did not know that years later our paths would cross
Yeah.
via social media, and
Yes.
I don't even know how we became friends on social media, but
I
look,
don't either.
me neither. But it was one of them things where like we became friends on social media. It was like, hey girl, look, you my boo, hey
Yes.
girl, and
You, yeah. That
yeah.
Aquarian energy, we connected because I was like, oh my God, this girl is my spirit twin. And
Look,
so
yes, yes. So when I met you back then, you were singing. You weren't just singing, you were singing. So
well,
are you still singing now?
I am still singing. You can catch me on Sundays at Foundation Point Church in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our service starts at 10 a.m. We're not in there a long time, which
That's
is
the kind of church
good.
I like. I like to get in
Yes.
and get
And
out.
so, anybody who want to come and all of that good stuff, I'll save you a seat. You can sit by me. But
Look
yes,
now,
we
if
be
I
we
come
be in
visit,
there singing.
look, if I come visit, I don't have to stand up and introduce myself,
No.
do I?
Mm-mm,
Okay.
nope. This is the church is very much lit. It's very real, and I can honestly say it saved my life.
Look, I'm here for it. Look, I'm gonna have to come
Hmm.
visit y'all.
Yes.
Look, I got told I need to come off from bedside Baptist and go back into the church. My
Yep.
parents be
Come on
telling me
back.
all the time. They be like, "Girl, you better get your butt up and go to church." I'm like, "I
Come
ain't ready
on
to leave the
back.
house."
It's good to be at home, the convenience of being at home, but it's nothing like being in the house. That in-house experience, like just whoo, and I'll say this, I kind of go back to um our sign. You know how we can be.
Mm-hmm.
Um I say that we're introverted extroverts.
That we
So
are.
our moods can be very wishy-washy, but I can say that my church is it may not be for everybody, and that's totally fine, but it's for me. It's small, but it's growing, but it's like family. Like, I joined in came in partnership with them in March, and but I knew them before because that was actually of course, Cherie, that was
Yeah.
her church. And years passed, and I I ended up transitioning from the ministry that I was in. I had been in that ministry since
For a
2007.
long time.
Yeah, and it was time to transition. I prayed and asked God to peacefully transition me out of that ministry, and He did so. And I I did what God had shown me in 2019. I didn't leave that ministry or transition out of it until last year. However, God showed me in 2019 that I was going to be a part of that ministry. And so now it's like things are coming full circle. And so I'm just walking in obedience, what He told me to do. So,
That's what's up. But that definitely is the word for 2023 though, walking in obedience.
mm-hmm.
That
Yep.
look, that was given to me, and I was like, all right, God, I'm gonna be obedient and do
Oh,
what I need to do.
yeah.
And when you do that, you just blessed along the way,
Yes.
and you just in
Yes.
line with what you're supposed to be doing. So
Mm-hmm. Stuff
that's
start
a
falling into place.
mm-hmm.
So, yes, ma'am.
That is definitely a word. Look at you.
Yes.
Look, that ain't even on this part of the spiel, but we're gonna get into that a little bit later. So
Yes.
everybody, I want you all to table that because Marshall is a whole experience. So before we get to the
Appreciate it.
experience, we're gonna get to the beginning of
Okay.
this because you started off doing your own makeup,
I did.
and I remember you would post your pictures and stuff on Facebook, and we would
Mm-hmm.
always be like, "Girl, you look good. Who did your makeup? How did you? How did you learn how to do this? What? What's the tea? Show me how to do it." And then you decided to become official
Yes.
and become a makeup artist.
Yes.
So, what made you want to do that and share your talents with the world?
Like you previously said, I absolutely started out doing my own. I would post pictures all the time because in my mind I thought I was gonna be one of these IG influencers. And I kept trying for the longest, and I just noticed that wasn't working. So one day, I got an inbox from Alicia Cooper, the owner of Alicia's Artistry here in Columbus. And she asked me, had I ever been interested in doing makeup on others? And I told her no. And so she said, well, come by and have a meeting with me and we'll talk about it. And I was just like, well, I told you no, but I'm going to go have this
Yes.
meeting. So I went and I met with her and we just connected. And so when I came to her, um, she told me that God had shown her that I was going to be up next. And I was just like, what do you mean up next? She was like, to take over the business. And I was just like, I don't know about that. And so I basically just submitted myself to her. She has shown me the ins and outs about makeup. She has shown me the ins and outs about business. And so I call her my makeup mama. I still call her, even though I've branched out, I've spread my wings, and decided to, just kind of do things on my own. Um, but she's still there. She's still available. Um, she's getting ready to kind of retire from the business.
Really?
So, yeah,
So she's
she's
doing ministry full
pastoring.
time?
She's pastoring now.
Yeah.
She has her church. It's also in Phoenix City, Prophetic Fire Worship Center International. And so she just celebrated like 1 year of being a pastor. And so she's looking into, well, it's happening. She's getting ready to go into ministry full time. And so just a lot of things are happening. She's been turning over clients. um and it's, yeah, it's just, we got some stuff in the works coming up too. And so everybody's gonna have to, kind of sit back and watch for that too. So yeah, it's a
Look, look,
lot.
speaking on Alicia, y'all, when you would go into the studio
Mhm.
and this is like even when Jessica, when she was over in the same little section with you all, um it was just always just the warmest atmosphere. You would go in there and
Mhm.
get your makeup and stuff done, but have a whole word, little
Yes.
leave out full, leave out,
Yes.
leave out touched.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
was like, I ain't never left out of a place that just feel touched. Come out and just feel
Absolutely
blessed.
touched. That's what it was. Touched. But to keep going from that, one day I went out with her for a wedding, and it was like my first time. She kept telling me, she was like, you're ready, you can do this, you just need to calm down. So I was doing one of the bridesmaids. Girl, I was shaking like a baby deer. And she was like, you gonna have to she was like, you're gonna have to stop being scared. So I finished the lady's face, and I, of course, give all my clients a mirror so they can see themselves if it's anything they want me to change. Or the lady broke down in tears. So I'm standing there like frozen, like, oh God, does she hate it? And like, the lady was like, no. She was like, you don't understand. She was like, I love it. And she was like, I never imagined seeing myself like this. And she said that I had awakened something in her. And so I was just like, wow. And from that moment, like something came alive in me, like, okay, you know what? This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my purpose. And so I've just been going forward from there.
That's up. And look, I'm gonna skip around. Look, y'all know I usually have like my little outline of my questions, and I kind of go with the flow. So I'm just gonna skip all over the place on these questions for us because it's really gonna tie into something. Um, with that being your purpose and your passion,
Hmm.
um, you recently linked up with Jessica
Yes.
again, and you beat the faces for her fashion show.
Yes.
And now, when pictures started posting, I had no idea that you were the one that was doing makeup behind the
Hmm.
scenes, and I was like, oh, I saw Stephanie's first, and
Hmm.
I was like, she looks beautiful, and then I saw Jessica, and I was like, Jessica looks really good. One thing that I love about you and your style is the fact that you don't just do, you're not like a one size fits all type of makeup artist. And a lot
Hmm.
of times you'll see people and they don't really cater to a person's specific needs and they don't accent their best features. But the one
Right.
thing that I can say about you is you actually get in there and you're not like a one size fits all lash kind of person. You're not a one size fits all foundation person. So,
Right.
you really get in there and you have mastered doing an individual look. And
Yes.
so that's something that's unique. And so
Yeah.
look, we appreciate you for that. But how was that experience of working with Jessica?
You know what? Working with Jessica was like a wow factor. Like, even before getting into like doing the makeup and everything, like just like the way Jessica, like her grace and her poise, the way she positioned herself, like all of it. Like I told her, I was like, I wouldn't be able to do this. Like, it would drive me crazy. But she was so calm and just, it's something to marvel after. Like, when she would come and she would tell her model something, she had her assistants, when she sat down in the chair, like, I didn't have to tell people like to come get her phone so she could have her makeup done in peace. Like it was just I'm still in awe behind it. Like it was one of the best experiences ever. Like her models, everybody. I mean, like we didn't do. It was my friend Drea and I call her my makeup sister. She's actually on my team. Um, she went along with me, and so of course, we didn't do everybody's makeup there, but even Drea just was just like this. I mean, everything was just so smooth. The prayer that her husband prayed with the models before everything got started. It was just, it was great seeing everybody come together for that cause, and everything just turned out beautifully. And so I was very nervous about doing it at first because that's something, I've done weddings, I've done other events, but I had never done a fashion show. And so I thanked her about 1,000 times for choosing me to come and be a part of it in that capacity. And I would definitely do it again, especially if it involves Jessica.
That's what I was gonna ask you if that was your first time, but she she definitely
Yes.
I talked with her about her fashion show and how it has evolved because it started off her first few years, she was just getting her feet wet and everything, and
Yeah.
now it's like people from
Hmm.
all over are like, oh my
Yes.
gosh, we gotta come to Mac Couture, and so, but
Yes.
now you have your brand involved, and I think that's really dope. And I told her
Yes.
I love the way that she works with women and how she wants to really, uplift and put the spotlight on women and have that camaraderie.
Yes.
So I think that
Mhm.
was amazing.
Yes.
And so now you have one fashion show under your belt. You ready for your next one?
Yeah, I think I will be ready for my next one. So I know what to expect. Of course, anytime I ever go into a space, you can prepare, but it's nothing like being hands on. So, the next time I'll be even more prepared. I was prepared, but I'll be even more prepared the next time I go into that space and operate. But yeah, I think I would be ready for another one.
Cool.
Hmm.
Speaking on that, you talked about being a social media influencer and how, that was once the aspiration. And now you
Hmm.
got your feet wet in the fashion show front. And so, with you being a plus size woman in the fashion industry, and this is something I asked Jessica about too. Do you feel like it's finally a lane for us in fashion?
Girl, oh baby, we are definitely a lane. As a matter of fact, honey, we about a 6 lane highway now. When it comes to plus size fashion, we even got the regular size girls out here modeling after us and the stuff that we've done. So, oh yeah, baby, we definitely have a lane. We like I said, honey, we done made a whole highway, and so we're here to stay. So,
So, do you ever think about coming from behind the scenes and actually getting on the runway and walking that
woo.
walk? Well, you want to be a social media influencer, which I mean you are now, correct?
Um, I
You
don't
are an
know.
influencer.
I thought about it at one point, but I kind of like being in the background.
Understood.
So I like being a behind the scenes girl. Like that's me. But now everybody who want to walk, like Jessica will tell you and her models at the fashion show, who was the biggest hype person in the back?
You
Me.
bet they're hyping them up.
Put it on. Put it on. It look good.
Look,
Mhm.
I think that, but you know what? I think that's in our Aquarian nature though, because I'm the type I like to be behind the scenes.
Yes.
I would much rather be a hype man,
Yes.
and so doing all of this and like actually being out in the forefront talking to people, I'm like, oh no, oh goodness. Like I've been
Yes.
doing it for a while, and I still get like really nervous about it, and I'm
Mhm.
like, ooh, is this a little scary? So I'm like, I really want to be like in the studio editing stuff and not be.
Yes. Put me back there in the bag.
Put me in the back. But I feel like when it's your time, it's your time. So
It is.
look, get ready,
Of course.
get ready,
Same for you. Same for you.
girl. Whew. So, so another thing that you've been really open and transparent about is you having alopecia.
Yes.
And of course, we saw those of us who are your friends. We saw you talking about it a little bit on social media,
Mhm.
and really just being transparent with that journey and the
Mhm.
diagnosis and everything. You know, first before we even get into it, if you could let us know what it is, because I think that like for me, I had, of course, I had heard about alopecia and everything, but
Mhm.
when she came out and she was talking about it, I was kind of like, oh, okay. But then when you started talking about it, it kind of made it more real because you're a real
Mhm.
person, somebody that I
Yes.
know, and it just made it more real, and I was really intrigued by it. And I was like, I had no idea at all.
Yeah. Some people they just think that, back in the day, a lot of people would just say, "Oh, we just have thinning hair." But I noticed for years, I'll say around 2007, I started noticing around the crown up here that it started out thinning out. So I was just like, okay, it's just a weak spot. But then over the years, I started noticing that the patch got bigger, and it started, the hair wouldn't grow in. And so I was just like, this may be a little, bit more than, that. So I was doing different hairstyles, all those things. And then finally one day I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the doctor and see what's going on. So it was a while because it had to be about 10 years later, like 2017, when I finally went to the doctor. And when I went to the dermatologist, they ran, of course, a series of tests to see if I had some type of autoimmune disease like lupus or anything like that. So they actually did a biopsy where they cut a tiny piece of the skin off the scalp, and they tested it, and of course it came back that I had alopecia. I have the type where um, there are different types. There's the type where your hair will fall out and it will come back, and you never have to worry about it again. And then there's the type like I have where it falls out and it stays bald. And so my mom took the diagnosis the worst out of
Really?
everybody. She sat in that room and cried like a baby, and the nurse and the PA were comforting her. And I'm just looking at her like, really? I looked at the PA. I was like, thank you, for, everything you've done or whatever. I now have clarity about it. And I was just like, well, in honor of me finding out today, I'm just going to go buy me a new wig. So, like, that's the the pace that and the tone that I've taken with it. It has allowed me to be creative. I tell my boo all the time, you ain't never got to worry about wanting a different woman because I can just go in there and put on a different wig
Be a different woman every day.
every day. You want me to be Conchita and have some long straight hair, I can do that. If you want me to be what did T.S. Madison say? This hair is Rican. I feel Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, reckon. I listen, I got one of them. So, and then of course, what I have embraced up under here is a lock journey. So, I ended up locking my hair. That was one of the best decisions ever. Because since I've locked my hair, honestly, some of the places where they've told me that hair would not ever grow back, there's hair there now.
Now that's good.
So, I fully advocate a lock journey for anybody.
Look, yes,
But
look, it's an amazing journey. It's
it
an amazing
is.
journey.
It is. And so, I have them out sometimes, but a lot of times, child, I just love my wigs. I'm my grandma's grandgirl, baby, because my grandmother loved wigs, and so do I. So, That's why it's not that I'm covering anything up. It's just that I love wigs. So, but sometimes, my locks, I think a few weeks ago, my locks made an appearance. And so, you just never know. But it's all about how you take things. You take things in stride. Finding out that I had alopecia made me become more creative with different ways of how to do my hair. And so, I've just took some lemons and not only made lemonade, I done made a chocolate cake, and people wondering how I made a chocolate cake out of lemons. So that's
Because
it.
you mad, look, because you magical.
Yes.
Look, so
Yes.
talking about chocolate cake. Look, black girl magic and everything.
Yes.
Um, in the world of beauty, we have struggled as black women forever to make
Yes.
our mark and to really be seen and
Yes.
to have makeups and things like that created for us.
Yes.
Um, on a previous episode, I was talking to Tabitha from Tab's
Uh-huh.
Cosmetics, and we were talking about like actually having a full on black skincare line and
Mm-hmm.
something that's created for us by us kind of thing. um so with that, do you feel like black representation matters in the beauty industry?
Oh, most definitely. Because I'll say this. If you take a look now at what we see, what society puts out, for instance, the Kardashians, if you pay attention to them and the things that they do to themselves, um, everything is modeled after a black woman.
Hmm.
They get fillers for high cheekbones. They get fillers in their lips. Back in the day, having big lips was a thing. People talked about it. Now, as a matter of fact, up the road from me, it's a billboard that's up from an aesthetics company here in Columbus, and it talks about boosting up the size of your lips. And when I looked at it, I literally looked at the billboard and looked at the lips and said, "Those look like my lips, my natural
Hmm.
lips." So us being black women now, the things that were despised years ago, a few generations back, now they're embracing it, and now that's how they want to look. For instance, Kylie Jenner has basically built a $1 billion brand based off the likeness of a black woman.
Hmm.
You started out with lip kits for your lips to look just like ours. So, hey, and shout out to Tab with Tab's Cosmetics because I love her products. I mean, I'm just ready for her product line to grow because I can definitely see her being someone like, I won't even say Kylie Jenner. I'll say like the next Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath was it's like the first black woman to grace the cover of Allure because of her makeup line. And so I'm ready to see that. I'm ready to support that. All of those things. So I'm telling you, we lit, honey. This this melanin cocoa black girl magic stuff,
Yes.
honey. We're lit.
So do you ever think that you'll branch out and create a makeup line?
Ah, I thought about it. Right now I would just probably call myself a product tester. Because I'm always buying and trying different products. Like I just drove to Atlanta on Monday just to buy Danessa Myricks. Um,
That's what I was gonna ask you because I saw that
mhm.
you journaled your trip up there. How
Yeah.
have you tried it out yet?
Oh yes. I've had her products before. Danessa Myricks is a black woman with her own makeup line, and it's wonderful. Like it's top tier. Um, I bought this palette. She has called the Groundwork palette. You can do about 50 different things with that palette for on your whole face, eyes, lips, off of one palette. Um, she has a product line called Yummy Skin. Um, and it's phenomenal. If you don't want full coverage every day, you don't have to wear it every day. You can just put that on, and it'll give you just that nice little light tint to go on. I just bought House Labs by Lady Gaga. I tried out some of her stuff. So like I said, I'm a little product tester, and so
So, so look, I'm just gonna put a little bug in your ear. It'd be really cool if you had like tips, maybe a tip Tuesday or something like that.
I'm thinking about
Okay.
that.
Look, well here's a confirmation.
Yes,
Here's
I
a
just literally
because
told somebody at dinner tonight that next year I would offer classes through teachable.com.
yes, please,
So
please.
we're
Um,
working on it.
because I think that even though we do have multiple artists here in the area,
Mhm.
I think that like we need someone who is willing to come on and teach some things and give us
Yeah.
some tips and things like that. Like I worked at Ulta for years, did
Mhm.
makeup for years, but the contouring and all of that, that's where I stopped. I was like, I can't do that. I can get you the right foundation. I can make you some moisturizer. I can make you some tinted moisturizer. I can do that. Get you a cute lip. Get your eyebrows together. But the contouring, you have to go to a professional because I can't do that part. I have you out here looking like you got the mask on, like you Jim
Oh
Carrey
God.
with the mask on.
No,
So we need
no.
to leave that to the professionals. But I really do. I think that you'll be really good at that. So we just gonna, just
I
drop a
am
little.
definitely looking into that.
Okay, look,
So,
just like I said, just drop a little bug.
okay,
So
okay.
you're talking about your adventures for next year. What do you have going on for the end of this year and then going into the new year? Got any plans?
Whew. So towards the end of this year, woo, I'm trying to make some decisions as to if I will be opening up a actual studio. I'm gonna start rolling out more content because I've got some partnerships with people. However, they're using my likeness, so I need to start getting paid for them using my
You
likeness.
too.
However, I'm very blessed that I have a partnership with Makeup by Mario. If you go to his shop on Instagram, you will see my face for using his products. He is actually the Kardashians' makeup artist. Um, Also, I have one with Juvia's Place, which is a black owned brand as well. So if you go to their shop on Instagram, you will see my face on their shop as well. So I'm working towards, just a little bit more content, put it out there so I can start getting some paid partnerships with people. So y'all be praying about that. Um, Also, of course, with makeup artistry being my passion, it goes beyond that. I love to create a space for women, of course, to be comfortable, for them to explore and feel beautiful, to boost their self-esteem and their confidence. I do, as the young lady stated previously, awaken something in her that she thought was gone forever. And so, with that, I'm in a very different place in my life right now. And so, what I have been developing a little along is the Bloom Journal. And so, I plan on publishing the Bloom Journal at some point. It'll be like a 6 month journal, maybe. Right now, for you to allow you to focus on yourself for 6 months, address some childhood traumas, some self esteem issues, things of that nature to help you become a more confident you. So, you know, I want women to come to me and say, look, I purchased your Bloom journal. I want to get my makeup done, but I purchased your Bloom journal and it helped me to be more confident. I addressed some things because if you don't address certain things that have gone on in your life or that are currently going on in your life, I don't feel like you can live life fully. You
That's
can't
true.
really um, experience what God has for you because that is actually holding you back. And sometimes, like myself, you're going down a path and there are things that are working and God is blessing you, but you got some obstacles that you need to address and move out the way so you can walk fully into that. And so it's nothing like feeling good about yourself because when you feel good about yourself and you know yourself and you understand your worth, a lot of the stuff that you put up with in the past, you're not going to put up with it now. And you're going
Yep.
to, before it even approaches you, for you to even put up with it, you can be like, okay, let me just stick a pin in this right now and let's not go any further because I see where this is going to go.
Yep.
So I just want people to, it's called the Bloom Journal because I want people to bloom. I want women to bloom. I want them to bloom exquisitely. And I want them to feel wonderful about themselves because it's needed. Because the society that we are living in and the things that are portrayed, there needs to be like a remnant of women who still stand on being graceful and being presentable and presenting themselves in an appropriate manner. I'll put it that way.
I
So
agree. I agree.
so
We
that's
have
what
to
we
move
got
back.
coming up. It's
But
a
I
lot.
love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. But like I said before, I just was sitting back, just watching you grow and smiling, and be like, "This is, I'm here for it."
Yes, it's needed. Sis, we've been through some things. And so,
Yeah.
we've been through some things, we've encountered some people, you know, some relationships that we've been in. I, for one, was in a relationship for um, about 5 years where I didn't realize until after the relationship that it was like emotional abuse, like mental and
Mhm.
emotional abuse, like the things that this person, you know, were saying and the actions that they did, it didn't necessarily mean that they were, putting their hands on me physically, but the things that they were saying
Mhm.
and how the things that they said made me feel about my, like, girl, I used to not even wear my arms out because
Really?
of what this person, yeah, because of this person used to tell me, you don't look right with your arms out, you don't need to wear your hair like this that child.
Mhm. People don't understand that.
Mhm.
I'm an advocate for therapy. Um,
Mhm.
my best friend, and it was like right after my divorce was finalized, my best friend, she was like, "Listen, I know you were in therapy before and everything, and you think that you dealt with everything." She's like, "But I don't really think you got everything done that you needed to get done."
Right.
And I was like, I kept saying, "I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm good." But honestly, this second time of me going through therapy, and I'm still in therapy now, even though my therapist try to keep me
Mhm.
out every other week. She's like, "Girl, you are good." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I just need you. I want you here now. I'm paying you, so just take this money and listen." but but
Yes.
I feel like when you really do the work and you
Yes.
find out about those little remnants that you're holding on to.
Mhm.
And like you said, it's blocking your blessings because you're still
Right.
living in the past when
Mhm.
God has so much for you in store that you're not
Right.
seeing it, because you're holding on to some things.
Right.
And so I think that once you go through the process and you
Mhm.
have that joy that nobody can take away from you,
Exactly.
when you have that joy, it changes your perspective on life.
Mhm.
And in your journal, that's an amazing thing. And so, prayerfully you get that out in 2024. But people
Yes, I want
bless
people to go to
themselves.
therapy and take their journal with them.
Yes, yes. Look, because we love a good journal.
Oh
I
yes.
love a good journal. So,
You write in
so
that journal for about 30 minutes and boohoo cry and get it all
and
out.
get it out
And
and
then
go on
take it
about
to
your
the
day.
therapist and be like, when I sat down and I thought about it, this is what's going on. So yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So we're gonna move into some hot seat questions. Look, and
All
I
right.
promise you, they're all fun. Look, nothing, nothing. When I say hot seat, people are like, oh no. I'm like, no. Look, we're not gonna dig too much. Just some fun stuff to
Okay.
let some people know a little bit more about you. So
Okay.
your first hot seat question:
All right.
a a beach. Okay, would you choose? It's a this or that. A beach vacation or city lights?
Beach vacation.
Beach vacation. Look,
Yes.
we are kindred spirits. I
Yes.
take a beach anytime.
A beach vacation any day.
Now, have you been on vacation recently?
E- My boo took me on a cruise in July.
Okay, now so you
That was
saw a
my
few
very
beaches.
first cruise. And so I had my beach experience and just sitting and listening to the water is so refreshing.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
I'm
take that
ready.
experience any day over some city lights.
I said 2024. I need to see some water again because I didn't see it
Girl,
well in
book you a
2023.
cruise. We went Royal Caribbean. Do you a Royal Caribbean cruise?
Where'd y'all
Because
go?
we don't like people like that.
Right.
You know.
So this would be actually if I did another cruise, it'd be like my third cruise, but
Hmm.
I have not done Royal Caribbean before. So I think I want to
Yes.
be with the adults.
Yes, Royal Caribbean is a nice mix. They don't get too rowdy, and it's peaceful. So, yeah, I'm with that.
Cool.
I'm with the Royal Caribbean cruises.
Cool. Look, I'm there. So look, we're gonna talk about some makeup.
Okay.
So are you a nude girl? Are you with the vibrant colors?
Nude, definitely a nude girl.
A nude
I
girl.
don't know what
Okay.
it is, but I love a good nude. Like if I was to go through my purse right now and pull out like all of my lip glosses and stuff,
They
y'all
all
would
the
be
same
like,
color.
they the same color. They the same.
So I have like tons of vibrant colors. Like I was telling that, like I'm waiting for her to bring out. She had one. I want to say it's cherry cola. I
Oh
think that's the
yeah, I
color.
saw that one.
And I was like, I'm waiting for you to get down back in stock. I'm gonna try something different because I'm one. I will wear some lip gloss in a minute or have something like super nude and put a gloss over it.
Hmm.
And so I said, I'm gonna try something different in
Yeah.
2024 now. So that's when I'm gonna try some color. Um, okay, and so for our last question, you might be thinking all night on this question,
Okay.
but what are your top three R&B songs on your playlist right now?
Oh. Mm.
Look, you know how we are about music. So you gotta think hard on it.
Listen. So the one that always get me anytime I'm out or if it come on, I'm on. Oh, it's Superstar by Usher.
That's my song.
I love that one. Even though he's not hot on everybody's list right now, but "Slow Dance" by R. Kelly, it hit me right there.
It still
Uh,
hits you.
it it still hit me. Um, let's see. This might catch a few people by surprise. "Ready or Not" by After Seven.
That is my song, girl. Let me tell you something. Look, that is my song. So, have you seen them live,
No,
girl? Let me tell you something. So, in 2022, I went on like a concert tour. Um,
I need to do
in
that.
that year, girl, let me tell you something. It was so fun. I said I need to do it because I want to go see Joe and Fantasia. And I was like, if I gotta
Yeah,
go by myself, I'm gonna go by myself. But that year started off. We went to go see Maxwell
oh, he,
and
oh,
Anthony Hamilton.
I still hadn't
We
seen it.
missed Joe. Girl, Anthony Hamilton live. Woo. And then I went to Tennessee with one of my friends, and we saw Eric Benet and After Seven and Kenny Lattimore.
Oh,
And then turned back around in Columbus, came back home and saw Kim and Babyface.
oof.
And then look, took my baby to go see Jack Harlow and City Girl. And so I was like, you know what? For this year coming up, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like I want to go and see live music. It is something
Yes,
about seeing some live music that just
yes.
it blesses my soul. So
So we're gonna
after
have to do
seven,
something because City Winery in
yes,
Atlanta, it be jumping.
yes, but them tickets are expensive.
No,
Cause my
you just gotta
cousin
get them at
goes.
the right time.
Well, look, we need to talk after this so you can tell me the right
Yes.
time. Cause I look because Gene Nobles was
Mhm.
there, and I love like the underground artists and the up and coming
Me too.
artists. And Jay Nova, she had like a concert
Yeah.
there, and so I want to go. So we got to talk.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk. We're
Yeah, we
gonna
have
have
to
to hit
talk.
us up some City Winery trips.
Yes,
Cause
look,
it's
that's my
actually right.
thing.
Look, it's actually right next to the Sephora that I went to
Oh,
on Monday.
look, we can have that a dual trip. Go get some
Yes,
makeup and
girl.
listen to some music.
I'm
So
ready.
look, before we wrap this up, I want you to leave us with a word. You ready?
Of course.
If you could describe yourself in one word, what would that be?
I
And
would
that's what we're
say,
gonna leave the people with.
I would say favored. Um, and I say that because, and I could say that about, you could apply it to yourself. I say favored because there has never been a time that God didn't come through for me. We navigate through life and we go and we do different things and we pray for different things. And a lot of times, God may not allow things to happen for you when you want it to happen for you, but it happens. And I will say this, that every time it has happened for me, He's always exceeded my expectation. Like, I'd be like, God, you did your big one, you know, when
Girl,
you
you better
did
speak a
this.
word.
And so you can always have, and I'll say for myself, I always have my thoughts, my dreams, and my goals. But it's always like God always sprinkles that extra on there. So I'll say, for instance, especially about my relationship now, I prayed and I prayed for years, and I finally made a conscious effort to position myself for the person that I'm with now. And I prayed a specific prayer. I'll share that prayer with you offline. But I prayed a specific prayer and God exceeded it. I asked for, in my mind now, when I think about it, I was like, God, you know what? I apologize for asking for the bare minimum, you know? So, yeah, I'll just say that I'm favored. That's the word. That's what I hold on to, and that's what I look. That's what I'm sticking beside.
I'm here for it, girl. I'm sticking with it with you. But I thank you so much for sitting down with
Thank
me and
you.
talking with me. Like I said, it's always a blessing. This is
Yes,
always
likewise.
leave me full. Um, but give us your social media handles and where we can find you.
Okay, on
Where someone can
Facebook.
schedule with you. All that good stuff.
On Facebook, I am Marchele Nicole MUA. I also have a business page, Artistry by Marchele Nicole. Um, for appointments, you can inbox me directly now. I've shut down my booking site for right now, and so I can just focus on, honey, this Google Calendar is lit. I also have an Instagram page. My Instagram is Marchele Nicole MUA underscore. You can message me on there too. All of it comes straight to my phone. If you have appointment requests, requests about pricing, any of those things, you just hit me up and I will be more than happy to assist anyone with their artistry needs. I do individual, of course, makeup. I do photo shoot makeup. Um, of course, I'll say like editorial makeup, um, brides, bridesmaids, anything. And it's artistry for all. I don't just do makeup for black women, I do it for all ethnicities and colors. So, yeah,
Yes,
hit me
ma'am.
up. I'm your
Hit
girl.
her, look, hit her up, y'all. Look, she did my makeup for my 39th birthday,
Yes,
and I still get compliments on them pictures. They be like, "Girl, who did your makeup?" I'm like, Marshall.
girl.
I
You
need
know,
to
I
get
had
back
gave
over there.
you, look, I had gave you them big old lashes, honey.
Girl,
You know.
look, my baby was like, "Mommy, where you going?" I was like, "Girl, I'm a star. I'm a star." But yeah, like, I need to come back and sit in your chair. I gotta find somewhere to go.
Yes.
I gotta find
No,
somewhere to go.
anytime, honey, anytime.
Anytime. But thank you again, and everyone, thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed day, look, night, whenever y'all are watching, and
Yes,
have a blessed week. And like I said, y'all make sure you go follow Marshall. Look, she is
yes.
a wonderful person to follow. She always says something positive on her page, and she's funny. So y'all follow her.
Yes,
Um,
I'm silly.
thank you again, girl, and we're gonna
Thank.
wrap.
All right.
But you stay on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.